Good afternoon and welcome to the West Midlands Safari Park. My name's Lara and I'm one of the animal keepers here on the Discovery Trail. I know you're not really that bothered about me and you're more interested in this gorgeous boy next to me. This is Jack. Jack's our 4-year-old Californian sea lion. So if you want to pick up your hands this afternoon and give him a big wave.
Hey Jack.
Good boy. Now Jack does like to hear lots and lots of noise during his show, so if you want to pick up your hands and give him a big round of applause.
Yay! Woohoo!
Now I always like to start my shows off by showing Jack how much I love him, and the best way for me to do this is by giving him a big fluffy kiss. Good boy. Now what me and Jack are hoping to do this afternoon is answer some of the questions that we get asked most frequently here at the Sea Lion Theatre. And one of the main questions we get asked is why we train our sea lions. Our sea lions are very, very intelligent animals, so one of the reasons we train them is to keep them mentally stimulated. We don't want them getting bored. Now we found as trainers the best way for us to do this is by playing lots and lots of fun games with them. So I'm going to play a little game with Jack to start us off this afternoon, but I do need some help from you guys. What I'm going to do this afternoon is throw these rings to Jack on his stand and hopefully he's going to catch them over his head. We have been having some difficulty with this as I am a pants throw. So hopefully this afternoon Jack will be able to catch them for me. Do need some help from you guys though because I'm a rubbish counter. So I'll give you a clue though. The first ring is number 1. So ready with number
1.
That was rubbish. Now me and Jack are quite happy to stay here for the rest of the afternoon because we don't have any plans whatsoever. I'm sure you guys want to go home at some point today, so I'm going to need it to be a bit louder than that this afternoon. So, ready with number
2.
That's more like it. Number
3.
Number
4.
Oh, let's give him a big round of applause.
He did it. Yay.
Good boy, Jack.
Go, Jack.
Now you may be wondering how we go about training our sea lions. Now when we get a new sea lion in, what we do is we introduce them to one of these funny looking sticks. This is a target stick, and what we want our sea lions to do is recognise it. We want them to touch their nose to the end of it. When they do, we give them something nice and tasty to eat, so they know it's a good thing. Now as I said, Jack's our 4-year-old Californian sea lion. He is still a bit of a youngster and he does like to play up a little bit. I think he thinks this is a lollipop because he often likes to put it in his mouth. I'm hoping that this afternoon he'll show you how good he can be and just touch it to his nose, but fingers crossed and we'll see. I am not overly shocked. What we do when our sea lions do something wrong is we just ignore them. We never punish our sea lions, but we just pretend that they've not done it, and then we try again. And he does his toe. Good boy, Jack. When he does that, what we do is we give him some fish. He then realises, because he's very, very intelligent, that if he follows this stick, he will get something nice to eat. So we can use this stick to make our sea lions follow us around. We have been known to use them so often, though, we drive our sea lions up the wall with them. Well, I thought it was a funny joke. Good boy, Jack. Well done. Let's give him a round of applause. Poor boy has to listen to that joke twice a day. So as you can see, they're very, very intelligent, so we can then get them to follow the stick. After a while, though, what we can do is we can take the stick away, and that then means that we can add a cue to it. So as you can see, Jack sometimes gets a little bit embarrassed and a bit shy, so we can then put our hand instead of it, and he'll follow our hand action. Good boy. Now, another thing we get asked quite frequently is what's the difference between seals and sea lions? Now, Jack here is a beautiful sea lion, but he often gets mistaken as a seal, and Jack does not like this. So I'm going to tell you guys 3 simple ways to tell them apart, so you never have to think that Jack is a seal. You're not, are you, Jack? No. So the first difference is if you look on the side of Jack's head, Jack's got little ears. Seals don't have these ears, their ears are internal, so their heads are completely flat. The second difference is, if you look at the size of my hand's about the size of an adult seal's flipper. But if you look at the size of Jack's beautiful flippers, you can see they're much, much bigger. This means that sea lions can swim a lot faster than seals, reaching speeds of 25 miles per hour, and that's compared to seals who can only reach speeds of about 8. Now to show you how Jack can move through the water this afternoon, what I'm going to get him to do is swim through the water and jump through this hoop, and you can see how he uses those flippers not only in the water but also to push himself out. So, are you ready, Jack? Come on. As you can see, he's a lot faster than I am. Good boy, Jack. Let's give him a round of applause.
Oh, he's quick.
So as you see, he uses those flippers to move very, very fast, and I think I need to practice running to catch him up a bit. Now, the third difference is that sea lions have rotating hip joints. This means that they can move all of their flippers underneath their body at the same time, meaning they're very, very agile on land. Now, seals don't have this, they have a fixed hip joint. This means that they're very, very clumsy on land. So they actually look a little bit like a slug, whereas sea lions are much more elegant. Now, to show you this, I could have a race with Jack across the beach, but he would beat me and I would probably fall over and fall in the water. And yes, that would be very funny for you guys, but very cold for me. So instead, what I'm going to get Jack to do is go across the beach and up his terrifying tower and leap into the water for you. So are you ready, Jack?
Yeah. We're going to get tripped.
Okay. He likes to hear lots and lots of noises. Good boy. Very beautiful. So as you can see, Jack has no trouble moving on land or the water. Now the final reason, and probably the most important reason we train our sea lions, especially for us trainers, is we like to make sure our boys are fit and healthy. Now the best way for us to do this is do it without sedating them or causing them any undue stress. So as you see, Jack will open his mouth nice and wide so I can look inside and check that his teeth and gums are very, very healthy. As Jack is classed as a large carnivore, he does need these teeth to chew down on his fish, so we need to make sure his mouth's nice and healthy. Now the other health check we get our sea lions to do is we get them to come down onto the beach and lie nice and still. While doing this, we can check them over and make sure they've got no cuts or lumps on them. We do have 3 boys with us at the moment. We've got Callum, our oldest sea lion, and Bounty, our little sea lion. They are finding it a bit hard to behave sometimes. They do like to have a bit of a fight. So it's a good way for us to make sure they're not doing any damage to each other. Luckily, most of the time it's just noise and no actual damage. So all of our boys are nice and healthy. So Jack's done very well with his health checks this afternoon. If you want to give him a big round of applause.
Well done.
Now, a lot of the behaviours that you see with our sea lions are actually things they do naturally in the wild. So if I ask Jack a question, so Jack, do you love me? Jack will nod, which is nice for me, but it's actually a natural thing that sea lions would do in the wild. They use this nodding action to help push the fish down their throat into their stomachs. Now, another behaviour sea lions will do in the wild is called porpoising. This is when sea lions will jump out of the water. It means that they can maintain their speed while still catching a breath. Now, we call them free jumps, and me and Jack are going to show you these this afternoon, aren't we, Jack? So, so as you can see, Jack will beautifully jump out of the water in different places. This means he can catch a breath while still swimming. Let's give him a round of applause. That was very good, Jack. Good boy. Now, hopefully we have answered some of the questions that you've wondered about sea lions this afternoon. And we always like to end our shows on a bit of a jump. So I'm going to leave the choice up to you guys. If you want to see Jack jump through his hoop again, shout Jack now. That's not very popular, is it, Jack? No. Now, if you want to see Jack go across the beach up his terrifying tower and jump into the water again, shout Jack now.
Jack!
I think that one's definitely the winner, but wait a minute. Oh. Jack's a bit embarrassed. He said he tried really, really hard last time and you guys just didn't cheer loud enough for him. So he says he'll only do it again if you cheer extra loud. So are you going to cheer extra loud for Jack this time?
Yeah! Yeah!
That's all right. Are we going to do it again, Jack? All right then. Come on then.
Go, Jack.
What a superstar. Thank you very, very much for coming out and watching us this afternoon. We also give Jack one big round of applause to finish us off. And if you want to put your hands and give them a wave goodbye, if you want to say goodbye too. Good boy. So that leaves me to say thank you very much again for coming to watch us, and we hope you've enjoyed your day here at the West Midlands Safari Park and you enjoy the rest of it and have a safe journey home.